Are we ready to kick off our opening drive?
Let's go.
Let's kick off our opening drive, brought to you by Chevy. This is our first down.
John, your draft board seems to deviate quite a bit from the consensus. Why are you confident with that, given your track record drafting the last few years? It seems like it leads to you making reaches.
Well, I appreciate that you think that. Depends whose consensus. We got consensus in this building. That's the that's the consensus I care about.
Again, we follow the board. It's hard to go into a draft and just start picking at your needs and hopping around the board and letting all the good guys, go by just because of that. That doesn't play out very well in the long haul. So we stuck to the board.
Stuck to the board. How many times? Take a shot every time you hear him say stuck to the board. Outside of the Bears and the 49ers, guys, the Rams and Jaguars were two of the teams to receive the most criticism for how their boards or draft plans differed from the national consensus. But one thing all four of those teams have in common is that they are playoff teams. So how much should teams really factor in the national consensus big board when they make their picks?
Not at all. I think that organizational, you believe what you believe. This is part of what makes the NFL so great and the draft so appealing, because you're not wrong. Everybody's got an opinion. We have mock drafts beginning in February, and they go, how many did you do? 4? And this is how the NFL owns the calendar, because the draft is something that we're still talking about, still evaluating, because everybody is an expert. And those questions are fair questions. Now, you could ask them in a way that might be a little more tactful, but let's face it, everybody's got an opinion. I don't agree with everything that Ryan Poles did. If he were in front of us right now, I would ask him in a way that helped him explain it better. That's all we're looking for, is an explanation.
I mean, I think my mock draft should be a part of the consensus board. I don't think it quite made it, but I think this is something
there were a couple reaches on there, Coach.
There were. I think it's something you should be aware of, but not something you should be handcuffed by, because a lot of these guys do have information from teams about where to rank players, and it does give you an idea, run through simulations where you could see teams going, but looking at teams, seeing their needs, seeing where you grade them, because you do want to know where players could go. But here's the thing. You're not in the meeting when somebody's interviewing a player. You don't know what medical grade you have on a player, that a team has on a player. You don't know how they fit in a certain system. So trying to project a player when you don't know how they feel about them in a system, don't know the medical grades, don't know the interview grades, is kind of irrelevant. There's so much there that we don't know as fans from the outside looking in.
I just don't want your general manager to try to make a pick that proves that he's trying to be the smartest guy in the room. And as long as they have a philosophy that they stick to and everything is practical and consistent, that's all you can ask for. Then I don't think you can argue with their basis for why they chose a certain guy.
This is also something that I sort of struggle with every year, and it's calling guys reaches. And I understand, right? You look at a 𝗰𝗶𝗀𝗍𝗶 𝗟𝗃 who was maybe going to go undrafted. He's a 4th-round pick, and it doesn't work out. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I also feel like when you're on the clock and you like a player, go get him. Right? Like, be convicted in that decision, and if it works out, it's going to make you look really good.
I respect that, Clay, because we're going to be sitting there in October, and Xavier Thomas may be going for a 94-yard kickoff return, and then he's going to break one, a 60-yard catch and go, and he's going to score. We're going to be like, oh, now I get it.
It matters how you use them, and that's a thing that people need to understand. It's like a car. Some people might think this is the best car in the world, but are you going on a road trip? Are you racing? Are you taking a family of 4 somewhere? It matters how they fit in your system and how you're going to use them.
And you don't want them to hedge. If they believe in something,
right,
stick to it.
All right. Well, we know that the Bears certainly believe in adding athleticism to their team, and that was definitely a criteria when looking at their big board as we move on to our second down. Chicago's 2026 draft class ranked as the most athletic class league-wide based on both Next-Gen Stats athleticism score and RAS, or relative athletic score, which measures a player's athletic testing to their size. So, do we think the Bears made an intentional effort to get younger and more athletic this offseason?
I think there's no question about it. When you look at what left and what's coming in, out with the old, in with the new, young, strong, and fast. Because you look at this explosiveness that is represented in this class. Just look at your secondary. You've got a draft pick in Thieneman, and you've got a free agent in Kobe Bryant. They're going downhill, and they're going to do it in a fast and violent way, in a way that Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard didn't. That's just reflective of the whole emphasis. What did they say the first day of the season was over?
Faster.
They needed to get faster.
The stopwatch should support the tape, not replace it. I'm a big guy. Trust me, you guys, I've told you guys my combine numbers a million times. They were great. But the tape is what matters, and I think these testing numbers are for confirmation. For the first half of the draft, for the first and second round, you're confirming what you saw on tape. Okay, this guy looks like an explosive player. He can guard, he can run, he can catch, he can get open, and that supports it. When you're in the later rounds, it's kind of looking for projection. This guy has all the abilities, the athleticism. If we can develop him, then I think he can become a player. So it depends on position, it depends on round, it depends on that. The tape is the main thing, but the clock, the stopwatch does support it.
But it does point to the eternal argument or debate in football. What would you rather have if you're a coach or a fan of a team? Elite athleticism or elite football IQ? And I think it depends on the position. I want my safeties to be smart and fast and violent. I want my quarterbacks certainly to have a high IQ. Your linebackers need a high IQ. You know, your defensive tackles, they don't have to be the brightest guys. I just want them to clog a hole. You want them to be elite athletes, and you want your pass rushers to be the same. So it depends, but I think the Bears concluded that they needed to get younger at key positions, which is why you saw a lot of veterans leave, replaced by a lot of new guys.
And even, I would say, depending on the school you went to, if you played in SEC for 4 years and you're playing its high-level competition and you're getting the job done and you're maybe a little slow on the stopwatch, that doesn't matter as much than if you're coming from Missouri State. You look great, you're beating the competition, but you're slow. Okay, does this guy translate to when he's playing his faster players, stronger players, bigger players? Because that's what you're going to be playing in the NFL.
The term is play speed. What is your play speed?
I asked David Hall in the green room, I said, why can't you have elite athleticism and elite football IQ? And you answered?
They're Hall of Famers.
You said they're in the Hall of Fame.
They're in the Hall of
so
Fame.
they can't all
I
have
heard
both.
that. I remembered he did.
I obviously don't have elite football IQ.
It was a good answer.
Yeah.
I liked it, which is why I teach you up there. Sorry to put you on the spot. All right, let's go to our third down of this opening drive as we take a closer look at the Bears' day 3 picks.
So with, Malik, he's someone that we talked about, Al, DA, and I. We like the way that he covers. We like the play style. And we think there's room for him to continue to improve too. And then Keyshawn, a player that physical brand of football, has really good size, can run. And then again, his ability both to play the linebacker position and also help on special teams. And then finishing up with Jordan, he was a player that we identified that we wanted to go get. We didn't want to wait any longer. I don't think he would have lasted to us in the 7th. So we're a little bit more aggressive, went and got him. And you could tell with the energy that came through the building, and especially our D-line coaches, they were fired up.
So we spent a lot of our time yesterday talking about what the Bears did and did not do in the 2nd and 3rd rounds of the draft. How do you like the trio of defensive picks that they got in rounds 4 through 6?
I really like Muhammad. I think he brings a fearlessness and a confidence every cornerback needs. He's also got experience on the big stage. When you look at Elliott, good special teamer. He may fit in depending on injuries. He may be asked to do some things that maybe you don't want to ask rookies to do, but I think that was a smart pick. And as for Vandenberg, he's going to be somebody to keep an eye on. He does have those elite athletic traits, and you wonder just exactly how that will translate in the NFL.
My way too early hot take. You ready for it?
Ready.
With obviously no scenes of him playing in NFL football. Malik Muhammad has a chance to start. I think this guy has everything you need. You look at the tape. He's got the tape. He had 29 starts at Texas. He played in 41 games. Look at these numbers, David. 4.42, 1.51, 10-yard split. Explosive, vertical, broad jump. He's a guy that's a competitor. He can tackle. He can cover. He can play man and zone. He's going to give a Tyree Stevenson a run for his money. And then obviously I do like Keyshawn Elliott. He's a guy that's one of those instinctive players. He ran a 4.58. I think he has a chance to challenge for that third linebacker spot. And then Jordan Vanden Iceberg. I think this guy's going to be a very intriguing prospect. Obviously the Bears loved him. Look at this athletic profile. It's unheard of. He had a 10 out of 10 RAS. There's only one other defensive tackle in the history of relative athletic score since they've been doing this for 30-plus years that have had that. Freak athlete. He's aggressive. The only thing you need to worry about is he's a little bit raw. He needs to know how to get into his gaps, how to take on blocks. Sometimes he seems like he's wrestling with the guy instead of going after the ball. But I think if you can coach this guy up, he can be a real prospect.
Is Iceberg trademarked?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Iceman.
I think Muhammad is a guy that is interesting because Dennis Allen might want to play more man coverage, but he's more of a but primarily a zone guy at Texas. So he's going to have to make that transition if he's going to start, as you say. But he is somebody that can grasp a lot, and you like the way that he approaches every down.
All right, let's go to our fourth down of this opening drive as we learned a little bit more about the relationship between Ty Simpson and the LA Rams.
We tried to keep this, under wraps as long as we could. It was something to where I knew they were interested, but, they wanted to, make it private and didn't want people to know that, they were interested. So I had some secret meetings with, Coach McVay. And, I just was trying to be on script and, do what, everybody told me not to tell anybody.
So there you have it, a little twist in the story. Your reaction?
This is clearly a quarterback that doesn't know how to carry out a fake, because he did not need to reveal that. I'm sure that the Rams did not appreciate that. They made Sean McVay look like a guy that looked like kind of foolish based on what he said draft night.
He carried out the fake. He did everything right. He threw the touchdown. He let them know afterwards. The touchdown was always there. I don't mind. Have you ever played poker, David?
Yeah.
Do you ever let the other team, the other players know your cards?
No.
No, you don't let them know your cards because they're going to know exactly what to bet, how to go against you. The Rams did the right thing. I'm not a fan of it. You put this young kid in an awkward situation when he's supposed to be excited about getting drafted. Now he's keeping a secret, hoping that nobody knows that he's getting drafted, the Rams. But I do appreciate the fact that they kept this thing inside so tight. But why did he keep it going after the draft pick? That's a question I have.
I want to know if this was a secret from Matthew Stafford.
That's the key question.
Yeah. That's what I think everyone wants to know, is how looped in has Matthew Stafford been, and what's his approach?
I have his number.
Find out for us. Yeah. That's tomorrow's show. Here's the other thing. All this is kind of funny and interesting, but you know what? I really want to know, why didn't they take a wide receiver at 13 instead of a backup quarterback, because that could have played for 2 years?
Okay. That's a good question.
If you're one player away from the Super Bowl, why did you waste it?
Here's my thoughts on that real quick, David, is I don't think they're going to be picking at 13 again. I think there's a good chance they're picking at 32 next year, because this team has a real opportunity to win the Super Bowl. They're one play away from beating the Seahawks last year in the NFC Championship
13,
game.
Also the number of college starts that Ty Simpson has.
Right. A lot to learn for the young quarterback who will get to do it behind Matthew Stafford. No real better mentor, hopefully, for that guy, really, in the NFL.